Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Gabby. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm gonna be filming my June book haul. Oh my gosh, you guys. In the month of June, I hauled over 30 books. So I thought I would start with my book of the month selections as usual. This month I actually have 4 of them, which is just wild. First one is Ask Again Yes by Mary Beth Keane. And this one is a kind of like a literary fiction, contemporary fiction about this family. It follows the same family for like many decades, and it mainly revolves around this tragedy that affected both families. And I did read this one this month, really enjoyed it. You'll hear more about it in my wrap up. The next one from Book of the Month is Recursion by Blake Crouch. This one, I did read this month as well. This one is a sci-fi novel. It really dives into this idea of like being able to very vividly relive our memories. There's this thing going around in this book that's this disease where people are experiencing false memories and they don't know why. It's crazy, it's wild, it's such a good one. You'll hear about this one in my wrap up as well. The next one from Book of the Month is A Nearly Normal Family by M.T. Edverson, and this one is a thriller that follows this family. This 18-year-old girl, that's their daughter, murders this man who's like 15 years older than her, and then it follows each one of her family members, like her mom and dad, and then her trying to like figure out how to deal with the situation after it happens. And then the last one I got is Summer of '69 by Ellen Hilderbrand. I've never actually read anything from Ellen Hilderbrand yet. I would really love to read this book, and this one is a historical fiction novel. Alright, so the next ones I want to show you all come from Book Sparks, and they sent me about 11 or 12 books, I lost count. Because if you didn't know, I'm an ambassador for BookFest this summer for SRC 2019. They have been sending me books all summer long, which is just so crazy and so exciting, and I'm super appreciative of them. So the first one is We Came Here to Forget by Andrea Dunlop. This one follows this girl who wants to be the best skier in the world, and it's like about her trying to get into the Olympics. Yeah, it just sounds super interesting, and oh my god, this freaking cover, dude. This is like one of my favorite covers of 2019. Like, it is so beautiful. The next one they sent is Naturally Tan by Tan France, who is one of the stars on Queer Eye, and this is his first memoir. Really excited. I actually just started reading this one, but like, look at how freaking cute this book is. There's like little drawings in here everywhere too. Like, oh my god, it's just the cutest. So I'm currently reading this one, loving it so far. I love Tan and the guys on Queer Eye so much. Next one they sent is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This is one of my favorite books of the year. It's an LGBT romance that follows 2 guys. One of them is the first son of the female president of the United States, and the other is a prince of England. Next one they sent is Screen Queens. This one's like a young adult novel that deals with these young girls who are in Silicon Valley, like hacking things and being like screen queens. This one they sent is Sky Queen by Judy Kundert, and this one has a very gorgeous cover, if I do say so myself. And it takes place in 1967, and it has to deal with Native American ancestors. The next one they sent is Providence by Caroline Kepnes, and I have read this book a long time ago. I was not a huge fan of it, to be honest, but this one is the paperback. It was very recently released in paperback, I'm pretty sure. And this book is like weird, it's hard to explain. It's like half thriller, half supernatural, half sci-fi feel, half, I don't even know. It's a crazy time. The next one is The Last Resort by Marissa Stapley, and this one is an adult thriller novel, and it's about a marriage that looks perfect on the surface, but below that it's like chaos. And then it's about a deadly tropical storm that descends on the coast, trapping them at the resort. And I don't know, I'm actually really excited to read this one. This one sounds hella interesting. The next one they sent is Honestly We Meant Well by Grant Ginder. This girl who's like a professor and she has like the perfect life, but then she finds out her husband's cheating on her. So when the opportunity to take her family to a Greek island for a month presents itself, she jumps at the chance. And then it's like about their trip to the Greek island, I think. The next one they sent is Number One Chinese Restaurant, and this one is an exuberant and wise multi-generational debut novel about the complicated lives and loves of people working in everyone's favorite Chinese restaurant. The next one they sent is The Islanders by Meg Mitchell-Moore. I think it's like a contemporary but also like mystery thriller-ish. Yeah, so it follows one famous writer hiding from a big mistake, one bakery owner with off-island competition, one stay-at-home mom with a secret job discover the secrets of the island now. I do enjoy books that take place on islands, so. And then the last one Booksparks sent is The Whisper Network by Chandler Baker. And this is also one of the ones that I'm really interested in reading soon. And this one is also like one of those contemporary, but it also has some mystery thrillery vibes about all these people that work for this company, and then the CEO dies suddenly. Secrets will be exposed and like things will be happening, and it's The Whisper Network. Right, next up, I got 2 books from Atria Books. The first one is Miss Everything by Jennifer Weiner. I did actually read this month and I absolutely loved it. It's basically like a contemporary / historical fiction novel that feels like literary fiction to me. It spans the entire lives of 2 sisters, Jo and Bethy, and it goes back and forth between their points of views from their early childhood almost all the way through the rest of their lives. And I just really loved the main character, Jo, like so much. But this book covers a lot of very, very hard to read subjects like eating disorders, sexual assault, rape. This book is like one of the most feminist things that I've ever read, and I just really loved it. Right, the next one they sent is We Are All Good People Here by Susan Rebecca White. So this story is about 2 women who have secrets and their daughters don't know about them, basically. So next up, Berkeley sent me 2 books. The first one is The Bookish Life of Nina Hill by Abby Waxman, and this one is a contemporary novel that's kind of being compared to Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, because it's about this girl who's like a total book nerd, and she just spends all of her time reading, and she doesn't really want to like talk to other people. Hence, I feel like I'm being called out in this book right now. She has a father that she never knew existed until he died, and then she realizes she has all this family that lives very close to her that she never knew about, and now she's having all this anxiety about having to talk to them and meet them. And it's like a book about her coming out of her shell. It sounds really cute. I want to read this one soon. The next one they sent is Those People by Louise Candlish. This one is a thriller novel that I don't think this is the sequel to that one that they sent. So I got this book Our House by the same author last year, and then this one is Those People, but they have like somewhat matching-ish covers, but I don't think they're like in a series together. I think this author just has a very particular style. The back just says, could you hate your neighbor enough to kill him? These next 4 are all from Penguin Random House. They also sent me a copy of Recursion. Now I have 2 copies of this book as well. This keeps happening, you know, because I never know what the book of the month selections are going to be, so then I end up getting double copies of some books sometimes, but it's okay because this book was incredible. This one they sent is Stranger Things, Darkness on the Edge of Town, and this one is a Stranger Things companion novel. So this one takes place in New York City in 1977 before he was on the show Stranger Things. And yeah, it sounds super interesting. Like, I'm obsessed with all things Stranger Things, so I like love when they come out with book stuff like this. It's so cool. Right, the next one they sent is The Rumor, and this one is a thriller, and on the back it says, when a single mother hears a shocking rumor outside her son's school, she never intends to pass it on, but one casual comment leads to another, and now there's no going back. The rumor that she hears is that there's like a notorious killer back in their town or something like that. I don't know, I'm like really interested in reading this. I might pick up this one very soon. The next one they sent is The Learning Curve by Mandy Berman, and this one, the description says, a love triangle among 2 college friends and a charismatic professor alters the lives of everyone involved in this razor-sharp novel. Whoa, okay, this is a love triangle between 2 college friends and a professor? I didn't realize that. Wow, very interesting. I really like did not know that that's what this book is about. So now I might actually pick this one up very soon. I don't know why I'm just so fascinated with student-teacher relationships. It's like one of my favorite things to read about because it's just so forbidden. Alright, next up, Berkeley Romance sent me Waiting for Tom Hanks by Carrie Winfrey, and this book is one that I just finished reading for Romanceathon. It's like about this girl who is a screenwriter, and she's obsessed with every romantic comedy movie that has Tom Hanks in it and all of the other romantic comedy movies as well, and she thinks her life is a romantic comedy. Alright, next up, HarperCollins sent me 2 books. They sent me 99% Mine by Sally Thorne, which again, I did read earlier this year, and I wasn't a huge fan of it, but it was a part of their little romance bundle packet that they were gonna send, so I was like, yeah, why not? And then they also sent Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey, and this one is one that I have not gotten around to yet, but it's a romance that follows a retired baseball player and this girl that is his best friend's little sister, and it's probably really cute. I just haven't gotten around to it yet because it's long. It's like 400 pages and I'm intimidated. Next up, Flatiron Books sent me an advanced copy of 13 by Steve Kavanaugh. This one comes out in August, but I know this one was published internationally somewhere else like earlier this year, I believe. This one is a thriller, and then it's about a serial killer who isn't on the trial, but he's on the jury. And it's about this trial of the century. A famous movie star is accused of murdering his wife in their Manhattan home. Yeah, it just sounds so fascinating. Like, I honestly cannot wait to read this one. The next book I received was from Catapult, and that is The Summer Demands. It's about this woman and her husband who move onto this property that they've inherited, but then they don't realize that there's this unexpected guest, like this young girl of 22 that lives on the campgrounds where this property is. And the 2 women begin spending time together, and it's a beautiful, startling exploration of the sting of seduction, of unspoken female rage, and of how desire and ambition shift over time. I don't know, this one sounds really interesting, so I might be picking this one up very soon. And then the last book I was sent this month was from Entangled Publishing. It's a tiny little mass market paperback, and it's called Deadlock by Cherry Lynn. And then my BFF Jacqueline sent me Runaway by Harlan Coben, and this one is a thriller novel that we are planning on buddy reading very soon. I think it's about the dad like following his daughter after she's run away. But yeah, I'm just really excited to read this. I've heard a lot of really great things about this book. Alright, and the next 3 books I bought for myself off of Amazon because they were all books that I read for Romanceathon. The first one is The Friend Zone. The next one is Top Secret by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy, and then the last one is A 5-Minute Life by Emma Scott. I read all 3 of these during Romanceathon, and I talked about them very, very, very much. So I will put the link in the description for my Romanceathon vlog if you want to see me talk very extensively about all 3 of these books. Next up, I went to Goodwill, and I found 3 books at Goodwill, which is very exciting. The first one is All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda, because I haven't read anything by Megan Miranda, and I do own one other book by her somewhere. I've heard a lot of things about this one, and this one is a thriller with a story that is told backwards. So I'm like, what? Next one they had is Lilac Girls by Martha Hall Kelly, and this one is I believe this one is a World War II historical fiction novel. Everyone was highly recommending this one earlier this year when I read The Nightingale, and I was asking for other World War II recommended books, and this one got brought up a lot, so this one seems to be a favorite among historical fiction fans. So if I ever do get in the mood for a World War II historical fiction again, then I have this one to read. And then lastly, I got Our Kind of Cruelty, and I found the Book of the Month edition copy of this, which is so exciting because I can add it to my collection. And this one is a thriller. I know this one doesn't have the best reviews on like Goodreads and whatever. It doesn't have very good reviews. It has pretty low ratings actually, but it says it's a darkly twisted love story, follows between the lines of love and obsession. And I don't know, I'm really curious to read this one. I really do want to read it still. And then lastly, one day I went to Target and I just decided to pick up The Death of Miss Westaway by Ruth Ware. Mostly because I've heard amazing things about this book, especially from Kayla over at Books and Lala. She really loves this one. I also, like her, have a love and hate relationship with Ruth Ware books. Like, I really haven't found one that I absolutely love yet. I've mostly thought all of her books have been like okay or mediocre. So I'm really hoping this is the one that I really enjoy. Those are all of the books that I have either purchased, acquired, or received in the month of June. I know, it's a lot. It's insane, actually. It's an insane amount. I think I have some good stuff here that I'm really excited to get to soon. How many books did you haul in the month of June? Out of all of these books I said that I haven't read yet, which one would you recommend for me to read first, or do you see any of your favorites that I've hauled this month? Or did I interest you in any books that you might have never heard about before this video? Because that's always cool to know. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you guys soon with a new video.